I bet that was nice for you then, eh? Yeah, I had a good one. I mean, I was the same in the army, man. Missing loads of Christmases and things like that. Yeah, it is like. But I had a good one this year. Do you know what? We did. It was really good. Yeah. Cosy and that in there. I'm just getting YouTube, so. Oh, I don't even want to get into it. First stream back after the new year. I don't want to start talking about football after last night. The thing is, I knew we were going to get beat, but the issue, that penalty, man, like, for a man to dive like that. It was embarrassing, wasn't it?
It happens, honestly, does it? It's just the way it is. There's a hierarchy of Liverpool at the top now.
Yeah. I can't stand them, but whatever. Can't stand them.
I hear you say that, mate.
Yeah, I know. Right, why is my stream not working now? Come on. 2 minutes, guys. My OBS is just playing up a bit.
Your IBS?
Bloody hell, why are you dead loud and Martin's dead quiet? Yeah, me IBS. Yeah. Screen. Right. Copy. Properties. Oh, that's not a console. Where the hell? Properties. That's it. There we go. We're on. We're on. Oh, do you know what? It does me head in this OBS because every time I come on, something changes. I've got to sort it out. Good morning, Mikey G. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year, Bob.
Did you have a good one?
Manic, mate. Yeah, it was good though, yeah. You?
Yeah, I did, you know. Probably one of the best ones I've had for a while. I've ate loads, drank loads. Like, let myself go a bit, you know. And it's hard to sort of get out of shape with a body like mine because it's just naturally chiseled like this, you see.
That's why your IBS is playing now, isn't it?
Yeah, every IBS. Yeah.
I'll keep you through.
Has anyone been trading over Christmas?
Oh no.
The thing is, though, you need that break. Like, you definitely need that break. I did not look at a chart, and do you know what? I haven't even looked at these charts, so I don't have a clue what's going on with gold. But I'm sure we'll, hopefully we can catch some pips today. But yeah, you do have to have that break, like. Okay. Morning, Dan.
Morning, Pete.
How are you feeling after last night?
Rough.
Awful lot. Do you know what? It was an entertaining game though, wasn't it?
It was. But I mean, it's Liverpool, isn't it? So
They're going to win the league then, you know.
Ages.
Yeah, I think they're going to win the league, mate.
Nah.
I do. Unfortunately, I think they are. Might be wrong. I might be wrong.
I don't want to hear from Vicky.
I know, I've told her not to talk to me. I've got a meeting with her on Thursday and I said, I don't want to talk to you. I know we've got a meeting and that, but just don't talk to me or look at me.
Turn your camera off, I don't want to see you.
Oh, it's a face-to-face one.
Even better.
Yeah.
You just sit for a table across from her.
Yeah. Right, guys, let's get into it because we're on YouTube now. Let's do it top down. Now, like I mentioned, I've not done. Is my Discord stream on? Can you see my charts?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on, yeah. Oh, we've got a morning Liam, morning Paul, morning Nick. Okay, so let's get straight into. So every time Actually, 2024 first stream of this year. This year is going to be fantastic for everyone. This is going to be the year where a lot of people will be getting funded by the looks of it, and quite early on in this year, which is good to see. Now, I am looking at other pairs because from what I see, what's gold's doing, it's going all-time highs, which is a bit difficult for us because we use previous data. So I have got another couple of pairs which I'm going to start introducing. So they'll start getting introduced on the trade in the morning from now on. So in the next couple of days I'll start bringing them into play as well. Next couple of weeks I'll start bringing them into play. Hopefully gold will come back down and we can start trading as per normal. But we'll see. But the way these streams work is every time we come onto a stream, we'll do a top-down analysis. Now everyone, it's very important you do a top-down analysis before you take any trade, right? Because the top-down analysis is going to tell you, it's going to give you the story, what's happening for the day. And basically all you're trying to work out is, it's mainly off the daily candle. Is the next daily going to close bearish or bullish? And if it's going to close bearish, then your general trend for that day is bearish. If it's going to close bullish, the general trend of that day is going to be bullish. So but the full story will tell you that. Okay. Now, so let's go straight into a top down. So hate this look. Hate this look. So the monthly is closed heavily bullish, right? Well, I say heavily bullish. You've got indecision on this bullish monthly previous candle, yeah, because you've got wicks either side of it, okay? But the previous monthly had closed heavily bullish, and the monthly, it closed above 1991.56. That's the next resistance support now after the breakout. So we had the breakout candle, and remember last month I was saying, well, this monthly needs to come down to tap 1991 because that's the previous support, and then it should flip to the upside and then start making its way up. And that's exactly what we've had. But the issue we've got now is, what support do we go off now? We haven't got a monthly time frame to go off for support, so we'd have to go down the lower time frame, because these wicks to these areas, that's the next support. It's like the last support. So on a lower time frame, this is going to be a range on here. So we're going to have to go to a lower time frame. However, the only thing we can go off is, let's say that is a support here on the lower time frame. The monthly is not closed above it, okay? However, it's not enough evidence for us to say that that means that this monthly is going to be bearish. It's not for me anyway. It's the 2nd of January now. We're pushing up already. This monthly can do anything. It could close bullish higher up. It could close bearish. We don't know what it's going to do. Now, the only thing what we're looking at the moment is it's starting to push up first with no bottom wick on the monthly. So does that mean we're going to push up, create a top wick for the first part of this month, so the first 2 weeks, and then the next couple of weeks we're going to start pulling back, creating a bottom wick? I would expect a bottom wick of some sort on this monthly candle, but when, I don't know. We're going to have to see. So the monthly is going to be a bit useless, to be honest with you, on the top down. So you'll probably see me not even talk about the monthly on some streams, because we know that this monthly can do anything. It can close doji, bearish, whatever, bullish. What we don't want to see is this monthly start breaking the highs, because we've got no previous data whatsoever to go off. Okay, so weekly then. Now, we've been again heavily bullish on the weekly. Now we haven't broke above this zone here, 2073. The previous weekly created a top wick and rejected from 2073. And also, what do you notice about this weekly? You've got no bottom wick. Okay, you've got no bottom wick on this weekly, and also you've got no bottom wick on this new weekly what's opened up. So if we know that the way candles work, that when no bottom wick is formed, especially when twice it's happened, price should drop heavily to come and create a bottom wick for them candles. So does that mean this weekly is going to drop, create a bottom wick for this, and create a bottom wick for this, and then it could flip to the upside? if we'd known that, then we're probably looking at sells this week to come back down to create a bottom wick to 2052. However, the monthly is a tricky one, because this week we might close bullish, and then the next week we could start coming back down. And the reason I say that is we haven't filled this range yet. There's still, this is the range here, there's still this area to fill. So what I mean by that is there's still a chance this weekly could close like this, and if that's the case, it means this weekly is going to close bullish, fill in the range, and then the next weekly would then start coming back down. Does that make sense? Now we could also get a fake out, so this weekly could close bullish, break out, and then the new weekly closes back in, and that's the one what creates the bottom wicks for these previous candles. Okay, now I do believe price will need to come back to create a bottom wick for this, and also create a bottom wick for this if it wants to carry on. And why do you think I say that? Well, the reason why I say that is, if you look what price has done, it's like a car. So as price is driving, it can only drive so far before it runs out of fuel. Right? Once it runs out of fuel, it's got to then pull back to refuel to then get further up. So let's say we're struggling to get past this area, it needs to pull back, and if we come back up and we still struggle to get past that area, it means we haven't refueled enough. It means we're going to have to come further back to fill up more fuel. So we've got to push past these lows to then go. Okay, and what I mean by that is, why didn't this candle carry on driving? Why didn't this candle break above 2072? Well, there probably wasn't enough liquidity. So what does that mean then? Well, that means we're then going to have to come back down to refuel in order to get past this. So how far do we need to come back then? Well, the only thing what's shown us where we need to come back to is at least here, 2051, to create a bottom wick for this. That might be enough fuel or liquidity to get past these levels at 2072. Okay, so that's what I've got in my head at the moment. However, we do have to be careful because the monthly is heavily bullish, and we know the monthly, the first 2 weeks, we could just push up, test this wick for the first 2 weeks. So we're in a situation where taking buys, yes, we can take buys because we know the monthly could come and test the wick before flipping to the downside, but we know the weekly needs to create some bottom wicks for these in order to drive. So we just got to be mindful. There's a bit of contradiction going on at the moment. Okay, so it's not the best of good thing we scalp though, and we only have to 10 pips, aren't we? So daily then. Now what's nice is the daily actually broke above 2072, broke out, and then we got a fake out back into the area. New candle came and tested the previous support, and then flipped to the downside, flipped bearish. Now knowing this, what range are we in on the daily then? So on the daily, we're technically in, let's have a look where the next dailies come. So when you get a close below here, what happens to price? Now it's tough because we are all-time highs. I think that's all we've got. It is. Bloody hell, that's all we've got. Okay, so we're not quite back in this range, is where it's quite difficult now, because the next range really now is here. That's the next range, which we've never had a closure back into this range really. What we've done is we've came tested and then we've closed back below 2050. However, so if anything, this would be our target today, because once we tap that, that is now the next zone. So once we tap that, that's where we've got to be careful. What's price going to do? Is it going to reject from there and carry on bullish, or we're going to close back into that area? So we're going to mark this up here. This is going to be our target to the downside if we're going to pull back. Okay, now bullish momentum. The daily's heavily bullish at the minute. It's done its top wick and it's broke the previous high. So for me, it's not had much of a bottom wick. So is this enough liquidity to now get past this? We don't know. We don't know. Now we know the previous candle struggled to break them highs. So is this one going to do it? Or do we have to wait? How is this daily going to close? It's going to be an interesting day today, I think. So we'll have to go for a lower time frame, but I would expect this daily to pull back a tad. But it doesn't have to, because this has came and done the lows. So this daily could close bullish but respecting 2072, or can close back into the range, or what. I think tomorrow, I don't even need tomorrow, it's not good. Would be a better day really. Let's have a look on the 4 hour and see if we can. So what have we had? 4 hour bullish, heavily bullish close. We've closed respecting this support here though, so we are still respecting this minor support. There's a minor, yeah, you can't even see, so this is all we've got to go off. You didn't get much of a top wick on that 4 hour, so what that means is if you don't get much of a top wick, the new candle tends to end up the opposite. So therefore, if we think, well, we didn't get much of a top wick on this 4 hour, is this one going to close bearish? And if so, is it going to close heavily bearish, or are we going to close doji type? And if that's the case, it means we're going to consolidate until at least the next 4 hour. So this one might close like this, and then the new 4 hour tests the high and then flips and starts coming back down. That's what we could get. So it might be 10 o'clock before we start moving. So how can we get a trade then? We could probably go off if we get so all we're doing now, we're trying to work out when price breaks either above a zone or below a zone, where does it push next? Where does it push next? If we know where it pushes next, then we can just exploit that and look to get in either on a wing back or a breakout. So we've got an hour zone here. So if we could get an hour close below here, the next zone at that point is down in 2065. We've got another zone here. That's the next zone. So there's our zone to the downside. I mean, it's not the cleanest here, but if you go back, you've got a support tap. You come back to 2060, 66 or 65 even, and then you push through. So there is a support at 2072, which we broke above now, okay, and we're coming back to test it. So if we can get this hour close bullish like this, that would be a sign us and probably confirming that we're respecting 2072. So if we don't drive on this hourly candle, it means the new hour we could look for wing backs. So new hour opens up, comes back down, tests the zone again, and then flips to the upside, to then that'll be the one what breaks the highs. And we could look at getting a wing back from a wing back buy from 2072. That could be a potential, but we would need this hour to close bullish, and that would be confirmation that price is struggling to break back below 2073. If the hour does break back below 2073, then what we should be doing is coming down to 2066. So let's say, for example, this hour closes like that. The new hour then should pull back, test previous support, and then flip to the downside and start making its way down. It's quite a clean traffic range here, because if you look at these, look at that. So what I mean by clean traffic is one candle just sort of pushes all the way through. Yeah. I think it's the same over here as well. It is, yeah, look, straight through, up, taps and comes straight back down. So it is a really clean traffic zone. That's what we'd prefer, really. Coming back into 2072, it'll just be a case of taking a sell stop. You could probably get a wing back as well, actually. Let's get rid of this. So, if we're waiting on this hour, let's have a look at the 30. So what's the 30 done? So the 30's closed no bottom wick, but the 30 did break to the low. No, it didn't. So the 30's closed respect. Oh, as soon as I said that, came and done a bottom wick. Where's this gonna go here? This could drive straight through here, guys, because you've had your liquidity grab, you've broken all the highs. This could come straight through. I would prefer an hour close back into this range though. I just want to have a look, see if we get a 15-minute close below here, what happens to price? I think it's going to have to be on this hour. We're going to have to wait for this hour to take sells below 2072, but we'd need an hour close below there. What would that be on the 4 hour? That's basically us saying that the 4 hours closed respecting this zone. However, we've got to, and the reason why I'd be looking at this is because the 4 hours already created its top wick and it's going into the last hour. If we get an hour close below there, we're going into the last hour of the 4 hour, and that should be the hour what sort of pushes back down, really. Now, it might be worth waiting for this 4, which, because this could just be a nest play on the 4 hour. So what'll be my nest play? It might be because you could get faked out on the hour. Here, the reason why you could get faked out is because we've had such a bullish 4 hour close, the momentum. So a nest plays, you've had a 4 hour breakout like this, yeah. The new 4 hours opened up, pushed up first, created a top wick, and then if this closes bearish like that, oh, you little bugger. So if you close bearish like that, basically what we're seeing now, you're still in this zone. You're still in this zone. Therefore, where should we be going? Well, we should be going to the next range, which is here. Yeah, but the new 4 hour then should open up, pull back first, and then flip, and that'll be the one that pushes through. And if that's what could happen, because remember this is a minor support on the 4 hour, this is the main support on the 4 hour, and we've actually broke out. So are we going to get this? I think we're going to have to wait. We might have to wait for the 4 hour. Now what we could do, the only I can't take any lower time frame entries. The only thing I could take, why is this right here? The only thing I could take is if we got an hour close below here at 2072, we would need a pullback, but it might not pull back. This is the thing, because you think if it's the last hour of the 4 hour, it's going to want to drive first for 45 minutes, and then the last quarter of that 4 hours is going to pull back, and that's how you get a top wick, bottom wick. However, we'd really need to rule out the fake out on the hour, because this just could, because you think you've broke above all the highs, you haven't had a fake out to the downside yet, because there's been no zone. This is the previous zone. So could we get something like this, and then we're going into the last hour of the 4 hour, and then the new 4 hour just closes straight back in like that. And then what that would look like on the 4 hour, that would look like a nest play. So the 4 would look like this. Oh, that's why I put it there. And that's what the 4 hours would look like. Obviously you'd have a wick like so. That's what the 4, and then you've got a nest play, then you're bullish still, and you'd be in a buy on a sell because you had an hour breakout. So you've got to be careful here, because a lot of people will get faked out if it is going to fake out. So the way we could get in is if the hour closes below, and we do happen to get a pullback, then we could look to get in with a sell stop underneath. I don't know whether I would take wingbacks, because if you think about it, if the hour closes below and then the new hour opens up and pulls back, and we look at getting a wing back, like say for a sell around these zones, this could be the fake out for the forward to drive back up to flip to the upside, and we don't want to get caught in that really, because if it is going to drive back up, it's going to drive pretty hard, I would imagine. So the overall gist is we've got a couple of bottom wicks we need on the dailies. Was it the dailies or was it the 4 hours? Yeah, it was the dailies, wasn't it? And the weeklies. A couple of bottom wicks we need on the weeklies. Also the dailies. Look at these dailies with no bottom wicks. Loads. I would imagine price needs to come back down there. But is this daily going to start flipping to the downside, or is this going to carry on and break the highs? Is this enough liquidity to now get past this? That's what we've got to say. Potentially. What does the 2 hour do? See, the 2 hours close. We haven't brought back into this zone yet. The hour's going to be probably on, I would think. Oh, what about the 30 minutes? 30 minute closes in. If this 30 minute can close bearish in here, and we do get a pullback, we could probably get a sell stop off the 30. Yeah, we could actually. So if we can get a 30 close below, or do we wait for the hour? That's the thing. I think this 30 might drive though, because you've already created a top wick. We would need a pullback on the 30, but the 30 has to close below 2072 and then a pullback. We're saying that this hour would drive. This would be our tape partial move to break even, this little area here. What is that? There's your 12 pips. Our target would be here. My love, my love. Is this 30 going to close? So you don't actually need much of a pullback here either. You need a close, yeah. Need a pullback to there. Okay, you've had a 30 close now. Now where would stops be? Oh my god, they're huge. Difficult this, because this is a clean run up here. You need stops above here. What is that? Big stops there. This 30 might drive now, guys. If we get a pullback to 2073, we potentially get a sell stop on. $15 close. Not enough pips for us there. That's only if the 30 pulls back though. If the 30 pulls back, we can get a sell stop onto the downside. But it can come and tap 2071. If it comes and taps 2071, it's no go. We'll have to wait for the hour close. Let's go on that now. This still made it. Let's go. 85. Yeah, it's gonna tap it, isn't it? I was going off this here, so you had a 30 close, and then you got a pull back, and it tapped 2073, taps 2073, and then you drove down. So it just means we'd have to go off the hour, really. Morning to the guys on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the stream. This 30 is going to tap it, isn't it? Yeah, look at the 30. Pop. Now we do tend to tap it and then we pull back. So could we not get a wing back off 2073 then? Because if the 30 closes down here, the higher chance is that the hour's going to close down here. And the hour's not going to close doji. You've already done a top wick. So if the 30 pulls back, could we not just get a sell stop from? Do you know what that might be on that? Because that would be... What would that be? That would be the 4 hour. Ooh, what's this 30 doing? See where it's done a push like this? It's already pushed like 50%. This is where the sell stop underneath, even if the 30 comes back. It's no go now because the candle's opened up and pushed down first. It means the momentum's now to the upside. So I wouldn't be looking at getting a sell stop on now. There's just no point. We needed this candle to open up, pull back, and then sell stop underneath. Ideally with no bottom wick, and then you know the momentum to create that bottom wick to break the lows. It's going to help you. It's 15 breakout. Ooh, look at this 15 though. So this 15 closed below, came back. Sorry, tapped. Then the new 15 came back, closed bullish, then came up 2073, and then drove down. Back below, top wick 2073. This is a potential wing back area. Well, 30's flipped on it. Ooh, look at that. Look, is this a fake out? That's what we've got to say. Is this a fake out? Is this the hour faking out? Or the 30 minutes faking out? Look at that. This is what we wanted first with no bottom wick. But see how it's pushed down first? How is this 30 going to close? We're going to have to wait for this 30 in 9 minutes. Sorry, 15. See how this 15 minute closes. Because if this 15 minute closes like this, that's probably the hour saying, okay, I'm probably going to close doji. So there's no point getting any setups yet because this hour is not going to be the one what drives. This is going to be the one what sort of moves up and down and closes doji type. The new hour, the next hour then will be the one what sort of pushes. But at the minute, we've got nothing. We did get a 30 minute breakout. Let's see how this 15 closes. I mean, the 15 can actually come up to 2073 after a breakout, and then still flip to the downside. Is that what it's gonna do? No top working, there's 5. Oh. Morning, Liam. $20.74. Is it going to tap? That's previous support for the 30. $20.74. Is it going to tap that and then pop down? There's 5 now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hoo-hoo, look at it. Because we haven't tapped 2071 yet. And they all tend to tap 2071. So if we can get maybe a nest play and there's 15 closes respecting. If there's 15 closes respecting. Winstead. Don't know if you can hear him snoring. Because remember this 4. Remember the 4. This is a minor support here. Remember that. So technically you've had a breakout. And now you're at a minor support. So this 4 could easily flick bullish and drive. Yeah. Happy New Year, Ryan. So is that going to do that? What's going to tell us? Well, probably the hour. The hour closing bullish. Like this. Or even breaking the high. We'll just take buys up. Because that's the 4 we're now flipping. Back to the upside. That's my dog snoring, guys. It's not the missus. Honestly. $15 close in 6 minutes. We're probably best off waiting for this hour to close. Really. Just the weather's absolutely miserable. Yeah. Because if we get a 4-hour close like this, we're probably going to be coming back up at 2081. That would be a nest play, but it's whether the 4-hour comes down first, which I do think it sort of needs to, really. Everything's closed respecting, that's the thing. Everything's closed respecting 2072. We've got Hughes next, Martin, haven't we? On Saturday. Gonna get smashed again.
On where we are, we're up at your end, aren't we?
I think so, yeah.
We're always better. You might have some players back by then.
I don't. Do you know what it is though? It's I'm starting to think it's not even the injuries now, because the team we played against Luton and the team we played against Nottingham Forest should have beat them two teams. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's been some weird results, haven't there?
There has been, like, it's been a weird season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think because no one's stretching ahead, no one's chasing, you're not sorting the table out yet. The table hasn't been sorted out yet.
Yeah.
And there's time yet. You won't be where you are now.
Top 10, I said I'll be up with a top 10 and a decent either cup run or Champions League. And do you know what it is? I was happy with the Champions League. How we played, me. I mean, we got robbed really off PSG.
Oh God, definitely. Before you are going to get robbed.
Yeah.
That coefficient, that's the Champions League.
Yeah.
Got to earn your way in there. You started off, you're in before the ticket.
Yeah.
You might not get in there this season, but you'll be in the 39th club, definitely. The good progression is good. You'll be there. Spend a bit more money, get Phillips.
Oh, January, man, I can't wait to get some players in January. Dear, I like Phillips, me. I do think he's wasted at City, just sat on the bench. He's not getting in that team, is he? Let's be honest.
No, I think the player becomes not holding out.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, mate. I think it'll be good for you, and I think he wants to stay in. He wants to stay in.
Yeah.
He's not far from home, is he? Leeds is home.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think he's a home boy. He's a good lad as well, and he's a good footballer. He's superb. It's a shame. I feel sorry for him. He's a good lad, but he's just not getting our team and
Yeah. He'd fit in our team perfectly, really, because, see, for me, like, that Bruno plays in that role, but for me, Bruno should be further up the pitch. Such a good playmaker.
When they will sell him, I don't think they'll sell him to you before you play him.
Yeah, I know.
Although it'd be a loan, wouldn't it? I don't think you can buy him, can you?
I don't know.
It'd be a loan with a view to buy. Oh, that's what papers are saying. Either way, I think it could be
Yeah. Because we got robbed with Tonali. Like, they AC Milan knew about his gambling.
Yeah, it's the problem with Italians, isn't it? It's manifold there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enough way you got the mafia. Gambling and corruption is right. Spooky, isn't it? There in Thailand.
Yeah. No news. This 15 here, this 15's going to close bullish here and back into the range. But does that mean we're just consolidating for this hour to close? Is this hour going to break above? Because it's fairly straightforward, really. We can take sells below 2072, or we can just take buys above. We can go anywhere at the minute. Just which way is it gonna go? Might be slow this morning, no. I did think it might be slow this morning.
First day back in it after Christmas.
Yeah. Excuse me. 14 minutes for an hour closure. What did that 15 do? Oh, didn't quite break the highs. Broke this minor support here. Didn't break back above. Yeah, we've got to wait here, guys. Gotta wait. Gonna be a good year though. This year is gonna be a good year. This is a no-go at the minute. What if we got a 5 back below? What would that do? $15. Right. We've just got to confirm that we're heading down. That's basically what we do when we wait for these closures. We've got to confirm. And the higher the time frame, the more confirmation that you're going to be going that way. Dreads are getting gonna grow dead long. Gonna grow them dead long. Try and get used to them. You Reds, shut up. I was waiting for Nate to get on. It was luck, mate. It was luck. No, he's played well, but I was like, no offense, but we should have. Even that team we put out, we should have been beating Forest. We should have been beating Forest and beating Luton. We played better against Liverpool. Like, such a weird. Yeah, we're just messing about at the minute, guys. Even the NAS, I'm sure the NAS was so high, was it? Oh, the NAS has dropped now. Look at that for the NAS. Look at that. All-time highs for the NAS. What's US 30 doing? Look at that, even US 30's up. Bloody hell. Oh, the hours flip back bearish. Ooh, are we going to get a next play here? Is the 15 going to close back below? Because we know the 15s can come back up and tap these zones. Like a full body candle though. 15 back up. Could this be the 5? Is this the 5 what pops down? This could be the one what pushes. Because we haven't quite tapped 2071. As long as we don't tap 2071, we're still in for a shout. Close 9 minutes, the 2-hour closes. I don't trade the 2-hour much, but I have been lately. It's all on this 4-hour, really. Because if the hour breaks below, then that's a sign, that's probably going to initiate the 4 hour push to the downside. But what it is, we might not move to the next 4 hour because you've had a breakout. This could be a nest play on the 4 hour to go back to the upside, so the new 4 hour would be the one what drives, or even comes back down. This is just a sort of setting up 4 hour candle. Yeah, that's my dog, mate, snoring. I've flipped him over but like 3 times. He keeps snoring. Mr. Winspoon, he's got a rank, hasn't he? He's the only dog with a rank, Captain Winston. So I can't really tell him he outranks me. Plus he'd punch me head in because his heart is out. So annoying, mate, as well. It's proper annoying at night. But I snore, so I can't whinge because my missus boots me when I'm snoring, but then I have a go at him for snoring. So I feel sorry for her because she's got Winston and me snoring our heads off, having a snore off. He's a Snorosaurus Rex. 7 minutes for the close, yeah. We're not driving though, are we? It's like... What's this 15 doing? Only while you wait. Winston. He's taking the piss now. Not selling or buying yet, Mohammed, not yet. We're closer to a sell than we are a buy at the moment. Five-minute close, yeah. What was this 5-minute close? Dozy, yeah, we're just messing about at the minute, guys. Like I say, it might not happen until the next 4 hour. We might not move anywhere until the next 4 hour. Because this 4 hour, you've done a top wick, so that's a good sign. So the first part of the 4 hour, we came up and done a top wick. Now we've flipped. Hopefully we can close bearish, but ideally I want to close below 2072. That would be probably the best case scenario. 4 hour close below 2072, then the new 4 hour creates a top wick and then flips to the downside, and that's the one what drives through. That would be the best case scenario, because if this 4 hour close is respecting 2072, we're still in this minor range. There's a minor support here on the 4, so it means the next 4 you've got to wait for another breakout then, because you've got no direction. You filled this range and then you filled this range, but you'd just be stuck in here and you'd have to wait another 4 hours to see what's going on, because we've got no direction at the minute. But if we can get an hour close below here, ideally below 2072, that's what I want. Nice hour close below. Has anybody caught any trades this morning? Feels dead early. It's not really. Like, it's still dark outside for us.
It's like the middle of the day up here in Newcastle.
Is it? The sun's always shining up there though, mate, isn't it?
That's true, that's true. Probably the nicest place in England for weather.
Yeah, we'll wait for this hour. Look, it's just messing about. It looks like it's going to close doji. So exactly what we said, guys. Why did we think it was going to close doji? Well, because this has got no bottom wick. And this didn't break out. So, with us closing doji, that is now a sign of us respecting this area. Therefore, where should we be going? Well, we should be coming back up, unless it's the next hour what does it. But then that would be the 4 hour. So remember we said about the 4 hour, ideally we want the 4 hour to close back below 2072. So this could be our close, and then the newer top wick closes below, and then that would be the 4. But are we going to drive on this 4? That's the thing. Are we going to drive on this 4? I don't know. I don't think we're going to drive on this 4. I think it's going to be the next 4 what drives. Because why are we not driving now? Why is this hour not driving? We've picked up liquidity. So if we're not driving on this hour, that means this wasn't enough liquidity to drive back down. So does that mean we then need to break these highs to then break these lows? Or is the 4 going to flip to the upside on the next hour? That's probably looking more likely if this hour closes like this. So if this hour closes like this, bullish, can we not just take a wing back from 2071? Because that means we might pop down with the new hour. It's tough because we haven't got much data to go off. Nothing. Nishka mushka. Nishka mushka. How is this hour closing? 4 hour. Because we've had no breakouts yet. We've had nothing yet to the downside, and you've had a forward break to the upside, however no top wick. So you're probably thinking that this is going to close bearish. So you got no sign of pushing up, and you got no sign of pushing down yet. We're just sat here waiting. Okay, new hour. We've closed doji there now. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're pushing up first. Is this hour going to flip to the downside? And if it does, I was thinking we could take a wing back buy from 2071 if the hour pops back. Because if the 4 hour is going to flip to the upside, what it might do, but it's slim chance, but what it might do is, if this hour opened up first and pushed down, it might have wanted to break the low of the previous candle and then flip back to the upside. But because it's opened up and pushed up first, we can't really do that now, because if it does flip to the downside now, it might end up down there, and that mean we would have a forward close below. I just think it might be a lower time frame here. Yeah, you broke back above there. No bottom wick though. No bottom wick. So here's the next issue, is I said buys above, off the hour, above here, but the next hour now, the next hour above here is the 4 hour, it's the 4 hour, but then the new 4 hour is going to pull back. So do you want to be in that hour's close when you know the 4 hour is going to pull back first and then go, then push? Probably not. So very, very tricky at the minute, guys. The best thing for us to do really is wait for this forward to close, but I'm trying to see some lower time frames. If I can see some support getting respected on a lower time frame, we can maybe get a scalp on a lower time frame. But you'll have to have your ears open, because it might be a fast one. Got no bottom wick. We're pushing. We're going to break the highs. So if we break the highs and then still reject, it means we need to come back down. We need to come further. My love. Now if the 15, I'm just thinking, if the 15 closes back above 2074, would that then not mean, well, we need a bottom wick on this hour really. If we had a bottom wick on this hour and then we got a 15-minute close above, we could probably just buy up. Do we need a bottom wick? Because would that be the 4 hour pushing to drive? You've tapped the minor support as well here, 2076, and then rejected. How is this 4 hour going to end? How is this 4 hour going to close? Nothing to do with it a minute, guys. We're probably going to have to wait for the 4 hour. All it is, we need to rule out this minor support here for the 2074. That's what we need to do, because he did close respecting it. So we don't know if this is a minor support and price is going to respect it, or price is going to disregard the minor support. And we've had a breakout, therefore we should be coming to the next zone at 2081. We don't know. But then what price done, which didn't help? The forward opened up and pushed up first and then rejected. So why didn't it carry on? So is this going to close doji and then the new 4 is the one what goes, or this is going to close bearish back into the zone to come back down to then go, or what? We don't know. Is this going to flip to the upside? We don't know. It can do anything at the minute. So it would be better just waiting really, but looking at price, price can actually drive. Morning, mate. Price can actually drive through these zones, really. So if it's going to go, it could just shoot off and we miss the trade. But at the moment, guys, I can't do nothing. Morning, Mr. Hankin. How are you doing? Merry New Year to you too. A Merry New Year. I hope you hit the like button for me. You better have. That's my Christmas present. Look at this, 15 go, yeah. Now is this the 4 gonna push? Because if we get a 15-minute close above here, right, Could we not just take a wing back from below? Because I would think price gonna have to come back down, but that's the hour, so that would be the hour flipping, so it's not very good. No, not we're rejecting here. 9 minutes. That's the thing with trading, guys. 90% waiting, 10% execution. You gotta be very patient. I've waited hours and hours just to catch 10 pips. I mean, our last trade of 2023, I actually closed the stream, but we were still in the trade, and it wasn't until literally end of the day where price came back, and we only grabbed 7 pips out of it because we closed out slightly early. But that's what it's like sometimes. But we're doing good on stream. We've got 18 wins and 1 loss so far on stream, so we're doing pretty good. Our win rate's really high, and they're all recorded. They're all on the go to our channel. You can see them all on there. Every trade we took. Are we going to get a 15 close? This is going to be interesting. If we get a 15 close above here, we should then be pushing. I would think we're then going to test the highs, aren't we? Just, is this 4 going to power through? That's the thing. I just don't. What it is, if you take a 15-minute above, you're saying that the 4 is going to drive. But this minor support's put me off, and not much of a top wick has put me off. And the two things what have put me off, that this 4 is going to drive and not going to drive. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I'm going to look at this 15 now. I sort of don't want a close above. If we get a close above on the 15, right, this is what we'll do. If we get a close above on the 15, and we come back down and we tap and rule out this bottom wick, yes, we could potentially get a buy stop on. I would take partial move to break in. Would just be the highs, because if you're coming up, you're gonna probably gonna want to come up and break the highs. That's the reason why you're coming back up there, to grab some more liquidity. So if we get a 15-minute close above, and then we get a pullback with a new 15, yes, we can maybe get a buy stop on the other side. Because this could be, because if that 15 does flip to the upside, it means the 4, we might not get much of a pullback though, guys. This is the thing, because the 4's flipped now. And we're in the last hour of the 4, so really what will tend to happen is the last hour, that'll be the one what drives, and you won't get much of a pullback. But we'll see. It's the only way I can get in on this really at the minute. I mean, worst case, you just wait for the forward to close above here, and you clean traffic all the way up to 2081. So you just wait for a pullback off the 4, and then you get a buy stop off, and you just use the 4 hour time frame, and you should be coming straight through. That hour, 19 minutes for the 30. We don't want this 15 driving off. It is going to drive. Ooh. Get down, calm down. Let's get our strength on. Because you're basically now having a breakout on the 15. We haven't had a breakout on the hour or the 4 hour yet, right? We've closed respecting support. So we do need a higher time frame breakout, and then your lower time frame breakouts if you're looking for trades. But the 4 hour, it's a minor support. So are we just going to power straight through that? That's what we're saying. How many people would have been faked out here? Loads. I'll tell you what though, this 15 is allowed to power. Power, because where should we be coming now? We should be coming to... Well, you're going to come to at least... there. That's if we come back into this area though. 2 minutes for a 15 close. I need a pullback though, guys. I won't be getting in this unless I get a pullback. But yeah, what I'm saying is the odds of getting a pullback are probably slim if you're gonna, if this is the forward driving, you're not gonna pull back that much. You're probably gonna tap previous support at 2073, but I want this ruling out, and I know this is this the hour? Yeah, I want a bottom wick on this hour really for me to take buys above. Because is this enough liquidity to drive? Potentially. If anything, I'd take the hour above. If the hour closed above, then yeah, because that's the 4 hour closing bullish and breaking out basically. Mm. 1 minute 40 to close. I'm just thinking now, if we come back up and if we tap 2074, no you don't, because if we haven't had much of a pullback and we do push up, slim chance, but if we do come and tap 2081, you're not just going to carry on from there, you're going to have to pull back to at least 2078. So could we not just set up some wingback sells from 2081, take partial move to break even, 2078, well hopefully that's the pullback down, what we need. Look at this 15 rejecting now, look at that. Yeah. Have you checked my drawer? I don't know if we've got any left, you know. Yeah. Can I get ready and go to the shop?
I'm not going to shop.
23.
Yes. So these two.
Okay, take them with you then.
Take them all.
Yeah, just take them with you and put them on your on your bed.
My phone was going to die.
Okay, mate.
You know that charger?
Yeah.
It works, it's just when you go on your phone whilst it's charging, it doesn't.
Well, that's
go
why.
on it.
You should just, when you go to sleep, put it on
Yeah,
and then just
but
leave it in the
charges.
morning, and it should last you the full day.
I have, to
Before.
I have to make it like perfect, like the wire straight to charge. It's annoying.
Alright, go make us a cup of tea. Make us a panad Mason Bach. Okay, so the 15's closed, respecting, so we haven't had nothing yet. We're stuck in this area. There's still nothing going on. This is not on this. I mean, are we gonna drive? 30 minutes, no bottom wick. 30 closed out. Oh. Now going on at the minute, guys. The only thing is an hour above. But then we'd need a pullback. We definitely need a pullback, so we can still take buys above here. off the hour. Either way, they've got to be the hour, right? Because if the hour closed above, that's the 4-hour closing above. Then we need a pullback. This is the thing. We need a decent pullback because it's a new 4-hour for us to take buys up. And I would like a pullback to at least 2073 just to create a bottom wick for this candle to then go. So we've got nothing on at the minute, fortunately. So I'd go and grab yourself a cup of tea, which I think I'm gonna. And we're gonna wait for this hour close. But I mean, looking at previous data though, no FOMO. Look at these candles, it can easily drive straight through here. Straight through. But that just hasn't set up for us to get in at the moment. So there's nothing we can do. Look at the 15s now. My love, my... What if you get a 5 above? What do the 5s do above here? A 5, no, 5 straight through. 5. To there. 5 close, 5 close, 5 close. 16 pips. So that might work. 5. We can just power through and all that sort of thing. Close back in there, didn't we? Let's see how this 5 closes here. Back into the range and then back out. That's 12 pips. It's not enough now, is it? Because this 15 could flip at any point, really. I'm just trying to see whether we can get a wing back down. Off the 5s, like, there is a zone here where the 5s come and tap, and then they come back down to 2072. We'll be back in a second, guys. How are we looking? Right. We had a 5 close back above there, not to bottom wick. Now going on here, you guys. Get rid of that. See, what is this hour doing here? Oh, yeah. Right, guys, I'm gonna go and make a brew, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. We'll come back on for the forward. There's nothing we can do unless we get a forward close, and then we'll decide from there whether how that forward close depends on whether we catch a trade in this session or not. But there's nothing we can do at the minute. Okay, so I'll be back on about 10 to 9. Sorry, 10 to 10, and then we'll assess from there. All right. So I'll see you in a bit. So yeah, we might have missed this now. Okay. So where's this for? We're gonna close here. Let's get rid of this now. So the fall was flipped. The hour, I told you that the hour could absolutely power through to 2081. Now if we don't tap 2081, could we just take a buy off the hour? Because that would be the forward bullish. This daily, really, we want to see what this daily does. Be interesting to see where this daily closes today. Because we're filling the range here, guys. The only thing we've probably got going on really is if sell back down. We don't want to be taking sells now. If anything, you want to buy. As in, if you can get an hour close like this, and then maybe get a wing back buy at the bottom wick to come back up. But even that's tricky. It's not the best of days, really. Look at this. Powered up, powered. Didn't give us a chance to get in, really. I mean, look at the 15 as well. I mean, look at that. Did it break out? Yeah, it did. Just. But even that's tight. And then one 15-minute candle just pops up. What's the next 15 gonna do? You've hit that range as well. Trying to think if we get a 15 break above. We take a wing back from gotta come back to here, don't we? 15. Can we not take a wing back from 2081? Really tricky taking sells, so not one with bullish like this. If you want to look at that 4-hour flip to the downside. So basically this is telling us that this man support was nothing, and we had a breakout in the 4-hour. You had a pullback, tap previous support, and then you flip to the upside, and you're going to close bearish. It's looking like. Unless we really pull back down now, but it's highly unlikely. So if the 4-hour, if we can get the forward close like this, and we can get a pullback to 2074 before tapping 2080, we can just buy up to 2080, 2081 even. That's the only thing we've probably got going on. Or a wing back. Can we not take a wing back to the downside? 50, because the 15's going to close now in 1 minute 40. So is this 4 going to drive through this range? If it is, then the 15, this 15 should close. New 15 should just power through. Can we not just market execute? I would prefer a pullback, really. Pull back to maybe these levels. because you're going to get a pullback anyway off the 4 hour. We'll probably just go off the 4 hour if we can. But the next 15 could drive, and if the 4 comes and fills the range, guys, I'm probably going to call it, because it's really tough taking sells, because these 4s can just power through. It means the next 4 can do anything at all, and going above 2081, we're struggling for ranges, really struggling for ranges. There's nothing else there. $15 in 19 seconds. Look at the strength on it. Are you going to get a pullback here on the 15? Ooh, look at that. Look at that now. Could we not get a buy stop on the high? $21 pips. Stops are difficult though. Because if we got a buy stop on the high, 50, oh, they're not too bad actually, 74. If we can get a pullback down to 2076, we can get a buy stop on. Can we not get a wing back from 2074? $76, wing back buy maybe. Because this is the new 4 hour. Might just be worth waiting on the 4 hour close. But this 15, this could close bearish, because it's the last 15 of the 4 hour, so it's the last quarter of the last quarter. So that's when we'll probably get a pullback. But is it going to push in the first 10 minutes of it and then pull back? We don't know. And if so, this 15 would flip now. That's why I'm debating whether to get a buy stop on above the 15. Because if it breaks the highs, there's still room for us to get up. Still got 21 pips. 21 pips. But you don't want to be stuck in that drawdown on the last quarter of the 4 hour. 15. Because where else is there to go? Guys, I'm going to get a buy stop on. Above the high on the 15 though. Okay, stops would just be down here. 80. But we do not want to get caught in that 4 hour. Is that the 4 hour? Yeah, that would be the 4 hour closing. Okay guys, I'm getting a buy stop on now. Do you know what? We might be activated here. Oh shit. Not yet. I'm not gonna get this on the signal, am I? Okay, I'm not activated here. Okay, so we've got a buy stop on here, guys. Now targets, target would be up here, but I would take partial move to break even is take partial move to break even is that. Stop. What's that? 27 27.09. Stop loss is, so stop is 2071.04. Take partial move to break even is 2081.06, and TP2 or the target is 2088. But I'll probably close out full at the 27.9.09, 27.1.04, 2081.06, 2088. So that's what we've got, guys. I've got a buy stop on. So we're basically saying that the 4 hour is going to carry on driving off this 15. After this 15 does a bottom wick, it's then going to carry on driving. Now this 15's, it's actually pushed up fair, so is this going to close bearish and pull back for the 4 hour, or are we going to carry on? Now if the 4 hour, if we don't get activated on this 15, that means the 4 hour is closing and bullish anyway, it's breaking out. But it just means we might pull back fair, so all we'll do is as we pull back, we'll move our buy stop closer and we'll just use the 4 hour. We'll just go off the 4 hour back to the upside. But currently prices broke above these minor ranges here. Broke above these minor ranges. We didn't quite break above that, but that's coming to the downside. Did break above that. There's loads of little minor ranges here. Actually gone off this. We've got a tap, wicks to the area. So we did break above that, so it's whether the 15 is going to drive to the next zone, which is 2081. We're very, very bullish, but we do appreciate that we've got no bottom wicks on these, so we'll see how we get on. I'm not activated on this, guys. Who's
I
that?
may already be in one.
Ah,
I am at 2075.
oh, you're in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
when
went in the shower and it had pulled back a little bit, so I was like, oh, I'll just jump in the shower.
is this oh, you got in at 2075 on the 15 break?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
So,
We're getting a good pullback now on the 4. Oh god, because it's quite clean traffic above here. It's quite a nice range as well. There's and stops are pretty decent. 19 pips there for stops at 80 pips stops, so it's not bad really. So it's whether this 15 is going to flip to the upside. Now, if it doesn't flip, what we'll probably do, if this 15 is not the one what does it, right, what we'll probably do is delete the buy stop, but wait for the 4 hour to pull back. It doesn't matter really, because the 4's in a clean traffic range, and we're covering the 4 hour lows, so we probably won't need to, because you think about if the 4, even if it pulls back, it shouldn't be breaking the lows before tapping 2081, because there's nowhere else for it to go. It's such a clean range. We've got to come up to 2081. That's all we've got to go off. That's what I don't like. I don't like when there's not much to go off, because 100% of the time we come and tap 2081, but that's 100% of the time out of 1, 2, 3. Out of 3. Six minutes for a close. 6 minutes. Because what might happen is the 4 might open up, break the highs, which would activate you, and then give us a bottom wick first. But you should still be fine. You should still be covered, because all you're doing is you're covering the forward low. If price is going to come up to tap 28 yuan, which it should do, because there's nowhere else for it to go. It's like hovering in a range. It shouldn't be breaking the lows of the previous 4 hour. So our stops are pretty good, really. So I'm hoping the new 4 hour opens up and just powers straight through. I'm not liking these all-time highs, like, I won't lie. I won't lie. And only why we. So we didn't quite wait for the forward close, did we? But we sort of knew the 4 hour is going to close bullish. It's going to break out that zone anyway. So now the only time where we'd think, okay, this is not on, is if we close below 2077. There's a minor support here. However, it's like really minor, because that's basically just a pullback. We powered straight through it on the way up. So I would imagine we're going to power straight through again. Is this 15 going to flip though? That is the question. Oh, are we going to flip, and are we going to drive? Are we going to pull back on the 4s? We've got less than 4 minutes left for this 4 hour. What is this 4 hour going to do? Is this 4 going to pull back, and then the new 4 pull back first, so we can move our buy stop above, and then flip and drive? Boring trading, isn't it? Very boring. I've been looking forward to getting back to it though. It was nice having a week off. You know, pure. Just I honestly I glanced at a chart, but I didn't like really sit down and do analysis on it. I just proper had a nice break. Because if the 4 closes like this, when we get a pullback, we could potentially get a wing back buy from 2074 because you think if this hour breaks out, it should come and tap previous support and then flip to the upside. They all seem to tap 2081 though. It's just whether this hour, the new hour, opens up, comes down, creates a bottom wick for this hour. Could we not just do that actually? Could we not take a wing back buy now from 2070s? Because if the new hour does come back down, it only needs to tap 2074. But if it does come and create a bottom wick for this candle, If it comes there though, it's probably likely it's going to drive, isn't it? I don't know whether I'd be interested in wing back buy. What's the hour doing now? If this hour opens up and pulls back first, we're going to move our buy stop to the top of the hour. Oh, do you know what? Look at the 4 now, pulling back on this minor. Here we go. Close, yeah. Close, respecting that minor support, which we don't like. We need to pull back first, ideally. We don't want to push up first because it might want to come and break the highs first before coming back down. So I ideally want a pullback. What's the hour done now? Yeah, it should be coming straight up though. It should be coming to tap. 2081. We want the hour to pull back first, so I don't like it with no bottom wick. Because it means if it comes up, it's going to want to break this high. Hopefully that'll be the push to our zone, but it's just riskier because you haven't got a bottom wick. It means it's more chance it's going to flip back down to create a bottom wick. I don't like this not having a bottom wick and this not having a bottom wick. I want a bottom wick first, ideally, before coming up. Fours close. There is a minor support here, but all of them come straight through. When it comes from the lows, you come straight through these zones. And I can't look at wing backs because nothing shows me where you pull back from, where you pull back to, because you've only got 2 areas. Get down. Yeah, I'll probably be closing out full, guys, when it hits 2081 lay. Don't let that fall. I mean, what's the daily doing? Look at the daily. Really, tomorrow would be a bit more clear. Because if the daily broke above, you know, you're just looking at buys, aren't you? But at the minute, the daily's still in this range. Remember, the daily can flip at any point. The daily is still here in this range. Therefore, where should the daily be going? Daily should be coming down here. So this daily can flip at any point. That's at the 5 starting to flip now, which is nice. That's it. Get down. Get down. Come back. Come and tap. 2074. Because if you look at where price, when price comes from the down, from like up, yeah. So it came up from here, came up from here, okay, straight through. Yeah, straight through. So this minor support I'm wary of, where it's closed respecting. It's only a minor support from the upside, so coming down, then it's created the minor support. But when you come from the bottom, you come up to tap 2081. That's why we've gone with this trade. Same again here, straight through. That's all we've got to go off. That's the issue. Yeah, we're coming back down now. Nice, nice, nice. So if we are coming back down, then again it's tough because we don't have any sign of where price pulls back to. Like this hour closed here, pulled back to 2076, but we didn't quite make it that high up. So technically what should happen is the hour should come and tap previous support at 2074. That's technically what should happen, because you've had a breakout, tap previous support 2074, then flip to the upside, or at least pull back doji and then make the move. But no previous support sort of shows that. It shows we either come back down to 2072 So do we need to hit 2072? That's the thing is, though, I feel like if you're coming back to that level, you're going to want to break the lows. You wouldn't come all the way down here just for this wick fill. You'd probably come to break these lows. So at that point, the full direction's changed. So it's not, I don't think there's much we can do here, really. Okay, I'm trying to see if we can get a bit closer off the 4. I need a steeper pullback, really. I need a bigger pullback. Where do I want to pull back to? If we can maybe get a pullback to, I would say there, if you get a pullback to there. If we get a pullback to here, it's not pullback needed, is it? We can move our sell stop, our buy stop closer. Okay. So we'll put it above the high of this hour for this hour to flip. But we're pretty safe at the minute. If the price does come back up that way, it's likely it's going to push through. Get a little bit closer. Fives are flipping. Good morning if you're watching on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the stream. You're going to buy from 74. Mohammed saying 74 sell. And Kartik saying he's going to buy 74. I'm not selling, mate, at the minute. I'm not selling at the minute. No sells for me until we break below 2072. That's when I'll be looking at sells. I mean, you're right though. I mean, if you do get smaller time frame closures below 2074, you're likely gonna push 2072. That's what they all do. They all come through. So yeah, if you do get a smaller time frame close within them areas, you could potentially sell it down, but that's not for me, that. I want to see if, do we have to wait for, can we not wait for closures back above? I would really like price to come right down. Stop doing these all-time highs. Because we're looking at maybe something like this at the minute. So we've came up to this level, 2078. So does that mean we're going to come back just to 2074, or are we going to come and tap 2072? If so, could we not just... Yeah, it's not for me, this, like. I really want the forward to pull back. Should we get some light in? Look, my 3 crows. Go on. My little 3 dudes. Absolutely miserable weather. A little bit close. Look at this pullback. Nice. Right, okay, so could we not bring our buy stop to 2077? Basically above the 4-hour high. Because if this hour is going to flip, probably going to flip and drive to come and fill the range at 2081. I just want to see where's the 15? 15's closing in 3 minutes. So where would that would be above this 15, wouldn't it? Two minutes for a close here. I'm not moved my buy stop yet, guys. So we've tapped previous support now on the hour. No, we haven't. Well, we've tapped that zone where I said. So is this how we're going to flip now? And if so, we're going to come straight through that range. Or is this the move back down? I'm just seeing if we can get a wing back up. No top wick on this 5. Once you get up to these levels, I'm just thinking when we can get a wing back buy from 2072. Because the price is going to drop through these areas. Could we not buy at 72? Trying to catch the hour and the 4 hour flipping back to the upside. That would make sense with the 4 hour. That would be the 4 hour coming to test the lows but not break the previous 4 hour. So if you think about it, that means this 4 would come back tap 2072 and then flip to the upside, and then we'd be left with a wick like so. So could we not take an entry at 2072? And worst case, if the 4 hour closes below 72, you're then in that range. You're not just going to drive, are you? You're gonna pull back anyway. So let's say we entered here for a buy. The new forward's gonna come back. It's got to tap 2074 anyway, even if we want to flip to the downside. So can we not take a buy, a wing back buy from? That might be on that, guys. That might be on. Let me have a look on a lower time frame. That would be nice actually, because you're not breaking the low of the 4 at that point. That would be. Oh, do you know what? This is going to be on this. So I'm getting a wing back buy on here, guys. So we're going to be something like this. I've still got this position on mine. Where would stops be? The 4 can power through these ranges, so you would probably have to cover this low. Ideally this low, but that's too much. Yeah, I'd probably go there. There's a mine support here, so you should be good with that. If the forward does want to drive through this range, you should still come back. Do you know what? That's going to work out, yeah. And then what would happen is take partial move to break even. Would be, yeah, what is that? We might not get down there though, that's the thing. 16 pips. Target would be up here. Yeah, that's what we've got going on. Let's get on the signals. It might not get down there though, that's the thing. So it would be 2072.95. But if it does get down there and then this forward flips to the upside to fill the range, we're going to get some flyers. 95. 2. 5, 6, 5. Okay, lovely, that's what I've got. Yeah, you can use a limit, mate, if you want. I'll just mark execute though, but you can just set a limit at 72. I'm not putting a limit on 74. I think we're probably going to push to 74 if anything, and hopefully you don't break the previous wick. Now what I want to do though, because this is looking more likely now, I would think. What's the 15 doing? 15's close respecting, so if we can get down, we need to move this one out of the way now, don't we? Because this is more priority. I've still got this buy stop on here, man. So we're looking at getting a buy from 2072. Now the only issue I've got with this is we broke the highs now. So it means we could power straight through it. Now the thing is though, if we're going to power straight through it, I would still think you're going to have to come back up to tap the previous zone before going. So for example, We broke the highs here, and then we came down, then we tapped it, and then we still came back up even when we drove down. So it's quite a strong zone at 2072. 100. So we're pretty close though, pretty close. I like how the 5's still up here. Let's get rid of this, got bloody lines all over. 15's still closed respecting. Can we get one big pop down at 2072? Sorry, yeah, 2072.94 for an entry. 4. We're very. Are we going to get an aggressive move, or is this the move down? Because look at the 4. Look at the 4 bombing. We've still got 3 hours left of this 4, and remember this is a clean range, so it could take us right down if it's going to break the lows. We're banking on the 4 hour flipping to the upside. That's what we're banking on, coming up to 28 We haven't tapped that yet though. There is a minor support here, but it's a minor support, so that's what we're thinking. We can get in, 4 hour comes and tests the previous wick, and then flips to the upside. That's what we're after. Where's the 5's? We've broke into this range. We don't want the 15 closing in here though. That's what we don't want. We ideally want the 15 to close doji now, and then the new 15 is the one that pops down. But then again, all these closed in, didn't they? And then we got a fake out. But we've had a fake out, and then we've came back up. Just means we might want to break the lows. Might want to break the lows if we want to drive higher. So a nice doji candle now on the 15. That's what we'd really want. Doji candle, and then 115 candle pushes down, taps, and then flips. Because the doji candle will confirm that we're struggling to break the lows of this. And it's a good sign that price wants to push back up. Lovely. This is lovely. Two minutes, guys. I've just got to make a phone call. I've just had a missed call. And I'm back, and I'm back. Okay, so what we looking at? What we looking at? Yeah, the 5's closed. Lovely. So the 5's closed back into the range. No, it hasn't. Closed respecting. So we ideally want this 15. We want this 15 closing. Doji ideally. Doji or bullish. And then the new 15 comes down, breaks the lows one more time. And then flips. Because remember, this is just a pullback on the hour, this. Now, this might be the move. This could be the move, the flip. I'm just thinking, could we move this position down now? Because that we have came and tapped previous support. Because if the hour flips now, it's probably going to flip and drive. Yeah, we can probably do that, can't we? Let's just see if we can get these on first. I'm waiting up. That song's in my head, man. Ooh, look at the 15. This is perfect, guys. Perfect. Right. So 15. Because remember, we've got to think about the higher time frame the whole time. Yeah, we had a forward breakout, and we've had a 1 hour breakout. This is the pullback for the flip. So these should flip. The hours came to tap its previous support perfectly. Now, is this hour going to flip? We ideally want this hour to flip. Or is this hour going to close? Nest plane close respecting, then the new hour is the one what pushes up. So no, we're just trying to catch the pullback. And we're thinking price might come down to 2072 and then flip. So if it does that, it makes sense. There's no bottom wick on this hour candle. But if you look at the 15s, if this 15 closes bullish now, that's a sign of price still wanting to stay in this zone. Still wants to stay in this zone. So what you'll get is one candle will pop down, pop out. But I'm just thinking this might be the pop. This is the thing. I'm hoping it's not. The new 15 pops down, breaks the lows one more time, and then flips. And then what you get at that point is you'll get a wick, break the lows, and that'll be the one what pushes back up. Okay, so that's what we're trying to get here. If we do start driving now though, remember we've still got this position on here. I'm just debating whether we could just pull it above 2077. What is 2077 on the 15s? 2077.86 792 92. Because if you're coming back up to there, you're probably going to want to break the highs, aren't you? Come on, 15, get down, break them lows one more time. So if we put 2078 and then what would this be? The partial move to break even would be the 10, because probably going to want to break the highs, wouldn't it? So yeah, that'll do. Okay, I'm going to move this first position we've got on, I'm going to move it above the high of the hour. So I'm not on the body though, I'm above the wick. Okay, so we're going to adjust that. Amend. To 377.92. And even 27.8.97. Now what's this 15 doing? Oh, new 15 hours that closed. Ooh, we could say it's closed respecting still. Yeah, I'd probably say it's closed respecting. So if we can just come down and break the lows one more time. It's at the 30 now. Okay, the 30 is closed as well. How is that 30 closed? So 30 is closed. There's the 30 range. Actually broke below, hasn't it, on the 30. So what does that mean? Does that mean the new 30 is going to pop down? Because there's the 30 there. Or is this the move now? Is this the move? Come on, baby. Come on, this wingback would be perfect. I mean, we did talk about wingbacks from previous support, didn't we? So I suppose we could have got in there, but you'd need a 5 close at least. If you get a 5 close back above there, what would that do? Oh, we're there, 2076. If we get a close above 2076 on the 5, let me see what this is like. 2076. So if we got a 5 break above it, could we not just mark and execute to come up? Potentially. Because the 5s do tend to come up to 2078, but we've come back down. We've then broke the lows. That's what's tricky. But we shouldn't be breaking back above 2076 unless that's the move up to 2078. But we've been to 2078, so once you've hit 2078, we shouldn't be breaking back above, really. If we do, then that would probably be the move. Interesting. I would prefer 15 bloody popping back down, but might not get it. Because this 30 really, I mean, it's close respecting, but it's close. The 30 is close below these minus support. It's a bit of a, it's not a nice range really. It's sorry, the zones are not ideal. So did this 30 break back in, or did it close respecting? I'm not really 100% sure, because if you were sure, it's actually closed back in. So I'm just worried that this 30 might come and want to break the highs before flipping. And if that's the case, it's going to activate this trade. Because when you break above here, where do you go? You come back up. Ooh, do you know what? I don't like that now. What's the 4 done? 4 broke out, should flip. The 1 hour. Close expecting. 2 hour close expecting. 1 hour. 30 is closed bearish. We really want this 15 to flip. Come back down. Either that or we get a 15-minute closer, but we can't take a 5 really because the 30 can just flip at any point. But if we get a 15 and then we get a pullback, we maybe get a buy stop off the 15 coming back up. We've got some movement though. We've got some movement. It's just this daily. I mean, what's this daily going to do? The daily's still in the lower range, so really the daily should be pulling back now. But is it going to pull back? Because the weekly is so bullish, but you've got no bottom wicks on these. So it's like we've got the momentum to push up, but at what point are you going to pull back? Oh, we could just... Got lines all over. I don't like it when it's like this. Because is this hour going to flip, or are we just going to mess about around here? Can we get another pop down? Oh, look at the 15 now. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now if I put on... all time frames. Yeah, technically we should be coming to fill this range down here now. So should the 30, can we not just sell down? What sell down be? 16 pips. It's tough because the hour's bullish and the 4 is bullish, so you can't really sell down. I think we might even tap 2071. Well, basically what we're saying is we struggle to break the highs here, so we had to pull back. We've pulled back, okay, and then what we've done is we haven't been able to drive down. So is this just a liquidity grab in order to drive down, in order to push to these highs? And if it is, then price is going to come further down. That's what we're saying. So we don't, and we should be looking at, but we haven't tapped this yet. So are we going to tap this fair? This is a clean traffic range. This is why it's quite nice here. It's clean traffic all the way up to 1981. So therefore this hour should be flipping, or the 4 should be flipping to the upside. Now to get out, this is why I love wingbacks, because if price does push down and we get activated here in the hour, breaks below this, remember at the start of this session I said we're after sells below 2072, you'd then be looking at sells coming down to 2066. But what would happen is the new hour should come back to tap previous support anyway, which is where our entry would be. But then we would know to get out because the hours broke below. That would be our risk management, to get out because we know the hours broke below. Okay. Now if the hour closes respecting, then we know that's what can happen. Price can close respecting, and then the new hour then bombs it right back up to 2080. So that's why I'm pretty happy with these wing back buys. But whether you're going to get down there, you might not get down there. We could just go from here. I mean, looking at this 15 is, we ideally, what we want to see is like a 15 bullish close, and then what you'll get is you'll get one, the next candle after a bullish close, you'll get one candle what will pop down, break all the lows, and then that'll flip. That's what you tend to get. At that point, we're thinking it's going to be at 2072 because you've got all these areas. Look at all these pop downs here. So is that what we're going to get? Or if it's not and we carry on going up, that means this was the pop down. This was the pop down, but you didn't get a bullish close. So I would think you're going to have to break the lows again if you want to push back up. But that's if we're going to push back up. Slow going though, isn't it? Slow going this morning. I mean, look at that. It's a lovely tap of previous support. Are we just going to flip now though? That's the thing. Can we get a flip? I thought, you know what, I was getting on the charts this morning, I thought, oh yeah, it's going to be a quick one. It's going to be a quick one this morning. I can feel it. Nah. I know. Well, the hourly, that's sort of what you want. You did want the hour to come and break the previous lows. Now, it hasn't even tapped the previous hour with no bottom wick yet. So I do think you're going to come back down again. And if it's going to come back down, it's probably going to be on the next 15 minute. But that's if it does. It might not. Yeah, may push down, mate. May push down, Kartik. All on this 15 close here. 15's close in 1 minute. So 15 close. Can we get the new 15? Pop down, activate us, and then we're away. I'll be market executing, guys, so you might have to like listen out. But if you've got a limit order on there, I mean, you might get tapped anyway. You should get tapped, I would think. But it's just like the likes of this one. There's the 15 close, isn't it? How long have you been trading for, Kartik? 3TP3000, yeah. Morning, Vicky. How are you doing? Merry New Year. It's a merry, merry New Year. Oh, 15 minutes closed. Morning. The 15 minutes closed above this minor support. So does that mean, are we going to drive now? Are we going to drive? Can we come down, break the lows one more time, and then we go? No top wick on that 5. There is an area where 2071 gets tapped. I just below here though, guys, it's very clean. So it's, if we got that hour break below, we're literally out. We're getting out. Now we've had a 15-minute bullish closure now. So does that mean the new 15-minute is that's going to initiate the hour flipping to the upside? And also, is it going to initiate the 4-hour flipping to the upside? Because remember, the 4-hour, yes, it's closed on a minor support, but the 4 and the 1 need to come and fill 2081. Currently, they're just sort of hovering if you don't take this into consideration. Now, if this closes bearish, then you have to take this into consideration, because this minor support has now become a bit more of a solid support. But we have to act upon what we see, don't we? Is the hour gonna flip? Happy New Year. Yeah, I think that as well, Vic. 3,000 target. Bloody hell. Bloody, where's 3,000? Ooh. You just said 3,000, didn't you? Oh yeah. Do you reckon? Up here? Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? No, I wouldn't. I want price to come down. I want the daily to come back. I want the daily to flip. I want the daily to flip back into this zone, and we've got a chance to come back down. I want the daily back below 2015. We start working our way back down. That's where I want. No bottom wick on the daily, mind. So the daily could flip at any point still. Because remember, the daily's still in this range. We can't forget that. The daily's still in this range. Therefore, where should we be coming? Well, we should be coming to fill the range at 2050. But we're just saying, okay, we're going to get up to this target first, 2081, before flipping to the downside. Look at the 4. Is the 4 going to flip? What's the 15 doing? 30. See, the 30's closed bearish back into the range. I'm just worried that this 30's going to come up, break the highs, and then flip, because the 30's broken into this range here. We ideally don't want this 30 coming to activate, is it? We don't want to get activated on this 30 really. We want the 30 to close bullish like this, and then the new 30 bottom wick, and then flips to the upside. Shall I draw a moon? Put a moon on the chart. Two pips, still a nice range that, but the 5s can power through, so you could just miss it. Oh look, this is this 30 teasing us. Don't like this 30. I am a bit cautious of this 30, guys, because this 30 might just be creating wants to break the highs, not to flip to the downside, because you've had to close your back below on the 30. We are heavily bullish still, So is this just the move? Is this just the move coming back up? I'm hoping so. Hour closing in 9 minutes. So that means this hour's going to close bearish. Can't see this hour flipping then. Where's this hour going to close then? So that means the first hour. These zones I don't like. We might have to delete this buy stop and just wait for a 5 or 15 close above. Because if this hour's going to close in 9 minutes, so if this hour closes bearish, what you're going to get then, you can still, this trade's still valid technically because the 4 hour is still alive, so this could flip still, but it means the hour's bearish, and at that point, it means the new hour could come up, break the highs, and then still flip to come and fill the range down. I really wanted this hour to flip. So if this hour closes, like if we don't get activated on this hour, we're probably going to delete this buy stop and wait for a smaller time frame break the low, because it means the new hours are probably going to start making their way back down. So maybe like that. We either wanted this hour to close respecting or flip. But if it closes like this, it's not good, because it means the new hour can't still come and fill the range. There's space for another hour to squeeze in there, if you like. So then you got to wait at that point. But I'm thinking this wing back buy, because if you think about it, if this hour closes around 2075, the new hour. Guys, I'm going to delete this. Actually, let me have a look at this 15. 15 no bottom wick. I don't like it. 30 minute. So that means right there, because the 30. If the hour's going to close like this, it means the 30 is closing back into the range. Therefore, where's the 30 going to go? Yeah, look, we might get something like this. So 30 closes bearish, and then it closes back bullish. And then these candles come all the way up to 2075, so 2078, which would activate us. It would probably put us to take partial move to break even. But is it going to test the high again? Interesting. We'll see how this hour closes. Football talk. We're not talking about football, Vicky. We're not talking about football. I said to you. I did say on the stream earlier, I said I've got a meeting with Vicky on Thursday. I'm just not going to talk to her. And Dad was like, "I'll just put your Zoom on mute." I said it's face to face, mate. So we'll be sat there in silence. So pissed off. No, I knew. Do you know what it is? I knew Liverpool was going to win. I actually said 3-0. I said 3-0 to Emma. But so I was happy we actually scored 2. But it's just that penalty for me, that is rude. No matter what team, even if that was for Newcastle, I would have been fuming with that. That's ruining football. Good morning, Mohammed Essa. Ruining football, that. To go down like that is disgusting. You know what it is? The way I look at football, like, if you go down like that and dive, you must. How are you not embarrassed? How your kids are watching? Your kids are watching. You look such a weak individual to dive like that. That's what's wrong in football. Oh, look, you've got me ranting now, Vic. And VAR as well. How long did it take the VAR offside decisions? They were all clearly offside. It was a tapping. No, do you know what it is? If you watch it back, Vic, it wasn't a tapping. It looked like he'd hit it too far. His touch was too heavy. It was going to go out. talk cricket. You like cricket, Mohammed? Do you know what? I used to play cricket. I actually had trials for my county when I was young in school as a wicketkeeper. I like cricket. I don't really watch it though. Don't watch it, but I like to play it. It's one of them sports where you struggle watching it unless you're there drinking. But I really enjoy playing it. Really enjoy playing it. Nate, we're not going on about Forest either. Not talking about Forest. Don't talk about Forest. They're doing well, aren't they?
No one likes Forest.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm looking forward to the Sunderland game next week, Dan. That'll be good.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm nervous.
I know.
It just depends on which Newcastle turns up.
It does. It does. Because I was pissed off against Liverpool. Because do you know what? I know like they controlled the game, but if teams can get one shot and score, that's like really good. That's what we were doing. We were getting like one shot, one counter attack. We were banging a goal in.
Other than beating Villa at the beginning of the season, I don't think we've controlled the game the way we did last season.
I know we haven't, have we?
The majority of the games will have more possession, more shots and more touches, whereas this season, it's just...
I heard a stat. I heard a stat by the commentary on the game. We've lost more games in the last... Was it 20 days? 24 days maybe? Last month than we did all last season. It was something like that. I might have got them numbers wrong, but it was something like that.
Well, it is. I mean, what we've won 1 in... Is it 1 in 8?
Yeah.
Or 1 in 7? 1, 7 or 8 now? It's not good. And as you've mentioned, the games against Forest and Luton, they're the games that we need to be winning.
Oh, man.
And obviously they need to win them to stay up as well, so it's always going to be tough.
Yeah, but even I'm getting bored of the excuse of injuries. I know we've got loads of injuries, but the team we put out against Forest and the team we put out against Luton, we still should have beat them.
Yeah, I get that, but as well as that, I just think, with all the injuries that we have, we've got no rotation.
Yeah.
And there's then no competition for places. People are they know they're in the starting lineup because we've got injuries.
Yeah, true.
So that's got to, it doesn't give them that spur to, go that extra mile, if you will, in training and things like that to compete with somebody, because you're getting starting with straight off the bat. So it has to factor in at some point. It can't be, the excuse every single time, because they've got to step up to the plate. They have to. But I just think the level how is set for them. The intensity that they have to put in, they can't maintain that for a full season.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't have rotation. So, and if you look at it, we've got players that are still on the books that we've had for the last 10 years. So, people need to be replaced.
They do. Hopefully we'll get loads of loan players in. Guys, I'm going to delete this. I'm deleting this now because the hour's going to close bearish. And I'm just... I mean, it could still drive for the next hour, but we've got no support to go off. Right? I don't know. I mean, this is disgusting, these levels here. I don't know if it's closing nest play. Is it broke out? Or are we going to come back down? Or what? I don't know. And if I'm not sure, I'd just delete. I'm not in the market. So if the new hour does drive, because that could be the forward flip, I can probably see the new hour. This wing back buy still on though. I'm just thinking because whether the new hour opens up top wick and that's the one what comes down and gives us that wing back buy back up, and then that would be halfway through the 4 hour. So that would be the 4 hour coming back down to create a steeper bottom wick, still not breaking the previous 4 hour, and then the next 2 hours of the 4 hour, that's the one then flips to the upside. But like I say, with the wing back, what's really good about it, even if this 4 hour closes, oh, what's going on? Even if this 4 hour closes like that in drawdown, yeah, and we've been activated here, you still then should get a pullback to break even at least, because that's the previous support then. So that's where you would get out. But you'd probably go off the hour really. You'd probably be off the hour time frame, where I'll do it on the hour so you can see. So if this hour comes down, and if this hour does break the lows, that's sign, right, okay, I need to get out. What'll happen, make sure you do get out. The new hour should come back, tap previous support anyway, then you get out. Okay, don't wait to get to take partial move to break even, because previous support is here, so you're looking at that. Break below, new hour, pulls back, and then flies. Because this is a very clean, fast traffic zone. So you're going to fly through there really. But I don't think we're going to fly through there from this hour. This hour is going to make its way down. It's going to build up, and then you're going to maybe fly through. But I am also looking at sells below there as well. So this is a tricky thing. If you get an hour break below, you could probably take the sells straight away as well. But on the pullback, you get out of this buy and you could take a sell down, which sounds absolutely crazy. But that's probably what you could do as well. What time, guys? I'm not going to be staying on. It's 11 o'clock. Nothing's just set up for us. I'm going to keep this on. I'm going to keep people updated on the trade IDs if they're in there. So I've still got this on, but at the minute it's just now going on for me at the minute. Sorry, that's I've got, well, I've 11 o'clock. I don't like to trade after 11 o'clock. Where are we at here? Let me just, watching the darts. No, I don't watch the darts. More Salah running down the way. Oh, come on, Sharif. Not a Liverpool fan, man. He was. Do you know what? Dan Burn did well with him, I thought. Mo Salah. What have we got on? So, like, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, so we trade most weekdays from 8 o'clock London time. So come along, join us. We trade, we talk football, sometimes talk politics, but we try and avoid the politics, you know, because it gets a bit heated. I'm only joking. So if you do like what you've seen today and you have learned something, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so it'll notify you when we're on most weekdays. Now, first day back in the new year. Now this week I've actually got loads of things on. So we've got a relentless meeting on Thursday, and I've got something on tomorrow as well. So I'm not actually on tomorrow or Thursday, so it'll be Friday when I'm next on. However, the week after it should be a full week every week after from then on. Okay, so we're just easing back into the charts really. Now hopefully the next couple of days gold can start coming back down for us, so we've got more data to go off. But I'm going to start introducing some new pairs, what I've been trading also. I'm going to start introducing them to the streams as well, because if gold does create them all-time highs, then, you know, we're a bit goosed really, because that's what we got off previous data. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you all on Friday then. If you are trading, happy pip hunting, and I'll catch you on Friday.
Enjoy the week, bud.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.